think we're in deep enough water that I can do a test safely. We might kick this up in the high gear and see what happens. Oh, jeez. Alright, I think we're in deep enough water that I can do a test safely. Now we're going against tide and against the wind on low speed. Hopefully you can see the shoreline there and sort of gauge the speed that I'm going. These are probably the most ideal conditions to test in the worst conditions. So if it performs this well on low speed and this sorts of conditions, I think I'm going to be pretty right. We might kick this up in the high gear and see what happens. Oh, jeez. There we go, now we're moving. Oh, wow. This is great. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 this is awesome. Got to make sure you get your balance right. Having the weight of the motor on this side is, and every time I'm turning right now, it's rocking the kayak a little bit, but nothing I can't handle. And we're cruising. Look at that. That's epic. It's actually incredibly satisfying. Have a look at the little wake out the back there. I'm pretty impressed already. Just got to watch the depth of this water. I know it's quite shallow here. It's probably not even a metre deep, probably 800 mil, 2 foot, something like that. Let's keep going, eh? Whoa, hey, hey. Got to be a bit careful when you're doing sharp turns there. Wow, we're cruising. Look at that. Turning's pretty good. Well, this is actually a little bit better than I expected, to be honest. I'm quite impressed. So much for paddling. This is great. With a 50 amp hour lithium battery, if I want to run it all the way down to zero, I've got 2.5 hours, and safely 2 hours of full speed run time, with a range of probably about 7 kilometers all up. 7 to 9 kilometers. Who needs a tinny? Little bit of water in the back there coming in from the scupper holes, but it's leveled out now. I could probably put the scupper plugs in, have it stop it. And I decided I'd fully load up the boat too. I wanted to make sure I gave it the best chance at simulating exactly real world circumstances coming out for a fish. There's no sense in only having the motor on board and then I start loading up with all my gear and all of a sudden I'm not going anywhere. I think we're going to try and get around this sandbar and go over to the other side where the channel's deeper and have a bit of a flick while we're out here. May as well. Although we might have to raise the motor up to get over this sandbar. It's pretty shallow, and on the way back we definitely won't be able to come this way. I haven't been through this part before, so I'm a little apprehensive, so I might switch the motor off in a sec and see how shallow that is, because I can see the sandbar from here. I'm hoping hugging close to this bank here is a bit deeper. I don't know if you can see that, but we're only about... no, we're right here on the right along the edge. Water's still pretty dirty. All that rain that we've had over the last few weeks. A bit unfortunate. Again, we've got a fair bit of wind, you can probably hear on the mic, so not an ideal day, but I'm still feeling pretty confident right now, so that's a good sign. Alright, so the current is ripping through here fairly fast. As you can see, I'm on low speed and pretty much going nowhere. It's a bit choppy, but we've got to experiment, we've got to test this. Lucky I've got those scupper plugs out in the front. You guys are probably getting wet too. Well, if she can handle this sort of chop and this sort of wind and fight against the wind and against the current, and I'm still gaining ground, I'm happy with that, because I sure would be having a bad day trying to paddle against this. Whew. You guys getting a bit wet? For 23 odd minutes I've covered a lot of ground, which is great. Sun's finally poking its head out, which is nice. At least the wind's calmed down a little bit now. It's still there, but there's not as much chop. I'll see you guys when we get up to the mouth of that little creek system. We made it. It's super shallow right here, so I'm just going slow. Just getting over the sandbar. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, super shallow, probably a foot of water. hit the bottom a bit. Got that motor. Here we go, back over the other side. That's it. We're at the creek. Nice and calm out here. Get out of the wind a little bit. Righto. Let's get on one of these brim prawns. I'm not going to fish long, I just want to have a couple of casts around here, see what's up.